says Comfort Plus.
Yeah, so, just don't get confused. Comfort Plus does mean the mat.
You'll see the sign for the mat, the green circulator. Actually press that. Takes about, 6 to 10 seconds to actually navigate. There's antennas inside of the mat, so what it's looking for specifically is just that chip that you mentioned earlier. So that's the only thing that it's looking for. It's not going to find anything else. You can lay your watch on there, anything, but it's not going to find it. So it detected the chip, you're going to get that big family feud X sign, and the only way you can stop it is just by tapping.
Right. So if you get a detection, what you'll do is you'll do a cavity sweep. The circulator will come over and press continue, and then you'll press resume case, and you guys will run another scan. And this is only in the event that you get a detection. You'll run another scan to get a clear confirmation, and then you will document that into Epic. Have you guys went live with Epic yet? Okay, so in the meantime, I guess it's just going to be under your final count comments, and then just write down that clear confirmation code. So for the most part, you'll get that.
This is what you're looking for, is the clear sign. Once you hit that, you're going to get a confirmation code. This activates the policy, the indemnity policy that we have, $5 million policy, that states that he placed this in the patient's chart, that during that scan they had no retained sponges.
So it's so important to get that clear confirmation, guys. If you ever get a detection, and say it's not inside the patient, if your counts are incorrect, and you do a scan and you realize that the sponge is not in the patient, you can move to the wand, okay? But it's always important to get a clear confirmation. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you had a question.
You don't use the wand unless you get an incorrect count.
No.
No. So
no, we're going to go to that as far as why you use the wand, the wand as well. But just for instance, that you realize, okay, the doctor want to go ahead and continue to close, realizing there's nothing inside the patient, but the count is still off. Okay, so now realizing he can continue to close, but we got to find it in the room somewhere. So what we do now is actually we'll resume the case, but we move to the Blair wand side. So we need to find the wand, so we actually tap the wand.
And you can scan the room with the wand.
So you scan around the bed. Sometimes you have those little pouches and stuff that may have placed sponges there. Or you can look in the trash can or behind and find the sponge.
Those don't come wireless?
Wireless? Unfortunately, no. We still connected. The thing about it is that it's still going to search for up to about 2.5 minutes unless you stop it.
For the most part, guys, for the most part, you will be using the mat. In most of your cases, the mat will serve its purpose, okay? And in most cases, the circulator will just come over and press the button. If you have a heavier patient, or in the event that Mike said, that your counts are off and it wasn't inside the patient, you can scan the room. Then you'll use the wand. Now, the range on this one is 16 inches up. If you have a patient with a BMI of 50 or greater, or you're a little concerned about whether this is going to cover, the range will cover it. This is 14 inches, okay? So imagine 2 more inches up. If that patient is outside of that range, you'll want to use the mat to scan from bottom up, and then use the wand to scan from top down. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. This, exactly, and the way you want to scan is low and slow. This will be draped, so just make sure you're going low and slow over the patient. The circulator will come over to the scrub tech. The scrub tech will get involved with this one, or the first assist, okay? There will be a sterile drape on your field. The circulator will come over and insert it into it like a C-arm, okay? That's how you'll drape it, and they'll pull it down and everything, okay? You have to scan for at least 7 seconds with this, otherwise it will not give you a confirmation number, okay? So just make sure you're going low and slow and doing it for at least 7 seconds. Did I miss anything, Mike?
Just also, just eyesight. You don't necessarily know if they're 50 BMI by looking at them, but if they're overlapping over the mat itself, you want to make sure you use the wand as well. Also for extremities, if your arms, if they are doing,